be trained to analyze and understand
Excuse
emotions.
me, Vaishnavi, I think your screen is frozen. Are you changing your slides?
No, ma'am, no, ma'am. Just I explain my own
Okay,
way,
okay,
ma'am.
okay,
Uh,
okay, fine. Hmm.
uh,
Continue, please.
uh, okay, ma'am. The sentiment analysis can be difficult in NLP because machines have to be trained to analyze and understand emotions as a human brain does. The machine learning process do not necessarily understand a figure of speech like the words not, never, cannot, were not. These are the confusing words for ML models. Then comparative sentences can be tricky because they may not always give an opinion. Much of it has to be deduced. Um, then these are the references I have reviewed. Uh, from the references, I have found the research gap. The existing researchers have used lexicon approaches like CentiWord.net. This is its yield inaccurate scores for vocabularies in input text that is directory based, and corpus based sentiment analysis does not rely on predefined dictionary. To address this issue, novel way for constructing vocabulary list in order to improve the efficiency. And to my best of our knowledge, there is no real-time data set available for the sentiment analysis in the field of legal judgment text. And we present here Supreme Court judgment data set and novel way for constructing vocabulary list in order to improve the efficiency. This is the proposed method. In this method, we have used there are 10,000 data judgment text, like 5,000 is positive, remaining 5,000 is negative. The 10,000 records split into two columns, like judgment text, and another one is sentiment. The sentiment is divided into two parameters, like positive and negative. Once our judgment text input, once the data set feed to our pre-processing step, once the pre-processing step is completed, the vocabulary list is calculated, then the glow word embedding is performed. Then we have to feed our this is a comparative work, no, so we have used it to compare three models. One is basic neural network, the second was convolution neural network, third one is recurrent neural network. This is a simple neural network model. First of all, this model is sequential model. The Keras embedding layer involves numerical input data uh, matching to a single word with a unique vector value representation. These vector values are random at the starting of the training process, but it becomes more significant to the network layer. The next layer is a flattening layer, which is uses sigmoid activation. The Adam optimizer used for binary class entropy loss functions and evaluation metrics for our basic neural network model. Here we have achieved 83.7 percentage text accuracy, train accuracy, and 80.9 percentage of test accuracy. Then convolution neural network model. Convolution neural network model. This is one-dimensional convolution network model to extract the features from our data. Simple convolution neural network with the one convolution layer and one pooling layer. The input text is represented as a matrix. Each row of the matrix correspond to one token, typically a word, but it could be a character. The dimension of vector corresponds to the number of neurons in the hidden layers. The vector dimension of a word has been set to 100. Then vocabulary list is 92,547 words. Here, the kernel size is 5 and the activation function used is sigmoid. Next, we have used pooling layers is used to the reduces the dimension to its dimension size. And finally, the final layer is dense layer with sigmoid activation function. So here we have achieved 93% of training accuracy, which is higher than the simple neural network. So here, CNN model is still not overfitting, as there is no vast difference between the training and test accuracy. Then last, recurrent neural network. Recurrent neural network is sequence data classification that is consists of a sequence of words, and the RNN method is automatic way to solve the text classification problem. In our work, we have used a long short-term memory. A modification of RNN is to resolve sentiment classification problem. In our work, we have used embedding layer. The first layer is a sequential model embedding. Then the LSTM layer having 128 hidden layers. The remaining layers are the same as the CNN model. The epoch's value is 5. The size of the bird size is 128. Once the training process is completed, we could observe then the training accuracy is 85.6 percentage. The test accuracy is good. Here also the same thing, the little amount of variation between the training and the test accuracy. This is the comparison table. From this table, we have achieved CNN model got higher accuracy than the other two models. Hyperparameter tuning. Yeah. Once the model is performed well by using the CNN, we have used tune the parameter values. This table 2 describes CNN parameters. After performing several experiments with the different parameters, it have observed that CNN model with the number of filters is 50. The filter sizes 4 and 5 performs better accuracy, like 90.99 percentage. This is the evaluation metrics of our tuned model. When the X value is 8, the accuracy, precision, recall value is higher. Conclusion. In our paper, we have used the Indian Supreme Court data set for sentiment classification. The first improvement is we have used to create the vocabulary list. Then the second improvement is we have used Glow word embedding. Then we have compared deep learning models like simple neural network, RNN, and CNN. According to our experiment results, CNN performed superior result than the other classification models, other models. Our research can help law professionals on legal domains on obtain good quality service and reduce their time. This is a future work. For our future work, the application of other neural network architectures like combinational algorithms like hybrid algorithms can be applied to improve our model. A grid search approach can be used to better tuning hyperparameters of our CNN model. We wish to increase the test and improve accuracy of our model in a bigger data set with more classes, more sentiments, dimensions, and more decision types. These are the references. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Vaishnavi. And any other questions from the audience? Anybody want to ask anything? Vimal sir, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, it's fine.
Okay, so Vaishnavi, I have a few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you move to the slide on your evaluation metrics?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am?
No, it is not visible. Are you on evaluation metrics slide?
Yes, ma'am. The screen is
Now.
visible.
Now it is visible. So
Yes.
my question is related to precision, recall, and F1 score. So why initially the value of these metrics are less, and at epoch 8 you are getting higher values, and then again you can see decline in these values. So what is the reason behind that?
For experimentation, the number of filters and filter size has been varied from 10 to 1 in the and box value also. After performing several experiments with different parameters, it has been observed the CNN model with the number of filters is 50 and filter size 4,5. The 4,5 parameters better and accuracy compared than other models. I have changed various epoch values. Variety of parameter values I have changed.
But on increasing the epochs, why these values are decreasing? What do you think? These higher values are better or lower values are better?
I have changed various possibilities, ma'am. In the middle of 8 epochs count is I have achieved I have achieved a good accuracy, but I have searched what I have I got what you are asking, but I have searched what is the problem, and once the epoch value is increased, why the value accuracy value is decreasing, ma'am.
So that means you want to say कि higher values of these metrics are better, right?
Higher epoch values, ma'am. You asking about
No,
higher
no, no,
epoch?
no. My question was related to that, but regarding metrics, I want to ask कि, if my precision, recall, and F1 score value is higher, then
Okay.
you want to say कि that is your good model, means you are getting good performance, or that is bad performance. How do you interpret it?
Ma'am, I have used various parameter tuning to our convolution neural network model. I have achieved in this point, I have achieved higher good model, but some what is that filter size, and based on the filter size and filter sizes, the model like evaluation metrics will be low.
So you want to say कि basically in the result these values are decreasing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with increasing epoch values, your model is not working well, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And what reason you can say? What is the reason behind that?
Ma'am, sometimes the model will be getting overfitting by the
Overfitting problem.
yes.
Okay. Hmm.
That's what I have fixed the middle, not a lower epoch value, not a higher epoch value. In the point, the model will be not overfit and got higher accuracy.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Vaishnavi. And now next, paper ID 24. Are you there?
Ma'am, can I leave, ma'am? Otherwise, still
Yes, yes,
okay.
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
yes.
Shall I start my
Please,
presentation?
yes, yes, yes. Please share your screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, please start.
Am I audible? Yeah. So hybrid framework combining deep learning as well as real-time systems. And the objective of this work is to design hybrid framework, which includes Grey-Wolf optimization for selecting important features, and deep learning model for classifying the various anomalies in an IoT network. So this is what an ultimate objective of this work. So currently, the various sectors, emerging sectors, including IoT devices, into their day-to-day life, like healthcare, real estate, and even the modern agriculture and transport systems, smart homes. Everywhere nowadays, the IoT devices are emerged. But even with that advancement, it is also getting prone to various attacks by cyber attackers, like information theft, denial of service, reconnaissance attacks. Such kind of attacks are easily possible in such kind of IoT infrastructure. So we need an anomaly detection system which is used to identify various kinds of attacks in IoT network. So the objective is to design an anomaly detection system to detect various attacks in IoT. And this is what an experimental design we have used, and for the experimentation we have used
Selva Kumar, excuse me.
Called this bot
Excuse
IoT
me.
data.
Your voice is breaking.
Set. The data set was created by
Selva Kumar,
doing attack on the.
can you hear me? Actually, your voice is breaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Your
Yes, ma'am.
network.
Wait, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Wait a minute, ma'am. I will switch my network.
Okay.
Please wait for a minute.
Okay.
क्या भाई अच्छी हमारी पीपीटी के चित्र है।
Nishchal, please can you mute your mic?
Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
please.
ma'am. Whether I have to start from the beginning or shall I proceed with the current presentation?
From the current presentation.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, ma'am. And this is what an block diagram of the experimental work, where we are using an bot IoT dataset, which includes the information for normal traffic in an IoT-enabled systems like smart homes and smart cities, as well as it includes various kinds of attacks like denial of service, distributed denial of service, and information theft, as well as reconnaissance technique used in this bot IoT dataset. And we have applied an optimization technique to select an important feature from that bot IoT dataset. Actually, the bot IoT dataset having 19 features, in which we have selected 6 features to build a feature matrix which can be used by the CNN model to construct the anomaly detection system. Okay, and we know that we have used the 2D CNN, and for the 2D CNN, generally we need a feature matrix given as input. So from selected feature, we have built the feature matrix of 36 × 36 and given to the CNN model for building the anomaly detection system to detect various attacks as well as normal traffic. And like that, we have used the bot IoT dataset, which includes various attacks like DOS, GDOS, reconnaissance, and information theft. The ultimate objective of this work is the number of attack samples for information theft is very lower when we are comparing that with normal traffic as well as denial of service and distributed denial of service. So detecting such kind of biased samples is an important thing. So we have concentrated on improving the accuracy as well as the precision of detecting information theft attack in the given data. Okay, and feature selection plays an important role in most of the techniques. Here also we have used in feature selection to eliminate unimportant as well as irrelevant features without affecting an loss of information, as well as it reduces the computational complexity, as well as it removes information redundancy also. And why we have chosen Gray Wolf optimization is actually in optimization we have the Gray Wolf optimization adopts the concept of the kind of wolf hierarchy as well as their selection of prey and their attacking pattern. Actually, in Gray Wolf optimization, the concept of hierarchy is in a pack of wolf, they have a set of groups called it as alpha group and beta and delta groups are there. Okay, so based on these groups, they will the alpha group generally make a decision about they are attacking the prey. Others have to follow that. Why we have used this Gray wolf optimization is this optimization process go with the flow of 3 best solution rather than targeting into the 1 best solution. So this is what an pseudo algorithm of Gray wolf optimization. So in which an initial vector is initialized with the random values which represents the set of features selected by the initial wolves, and x of alpha, beta, and etc. Is an different wolves which is going to look for an a good pattern. So here we have used an objective function as an increased accuracy. Based on that accuracy value, we can find the best position of futures which is selected by a different pack of wolves. So finally, a best solution among 3 will be selected. Okay, so this is what an concept of Gray wolf optimization. And the selected future is given to the CNN by constructing an future matrix by augmenting the selected futures, and we have created 36 cross 36 future matrix and given to the CNN, which contains 2 convolution layer with max pooling and SoftSign as an activation function, and 3 fully connected layer with the dense of 512, 256, and finally 5 attacks, which includes 1 normal and 4 types of attacks. And we have to show the effectiveness of the proposed feature selection with the CNN. We have compared our work with LeanIt5. It's one of the CNN model available, and other various machine learning algorithms we have compared. And for all the algorithms, we have done an experiment on with the complete future as well as with the selected feature. Say for example, decision tree, and decision tree GWO is nothing but, for decision tree we have used all 19 features, and for decision tree with Gray wolf optimization we have used only 6 features. So based on the complete feature as well as with the selected feature, we have applied various machine learning methods like decision tree, naive Bayes, and multi-layer perceptron, LeanIt5, and our own custom designed CNN. So and we have compared the result of detection rate, precision, as well as F1 measure with these techniques, and the proposed method provides and better detection rate, precision, as well as F1 measure for all kinds of attacks, even for the theft. Already I said that theft is having very meager number of attack samples in the data set. So other techniques are not able to properly classify theft attack. So we have concentrated on improving the information theft attack, and the proposed technique attained an good various methods we have compared. The overall accuracy of the proposed method is 99.13, which is an better result. So by incorporating and with the custom design CNN, producing a good result to detect various attacks in the IoT. Like I said, that even with small attack samples in the data set, the proposed method able to detect it. So this is our information. Thank you. So ma'am, this is about my presentation.
Okay, thank you for the nice presentation. And any questions from the audience?
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask? This is Himanshu.
Yeah, sure. If you turn on your video, then it will be more
Sure,
for
ma'am.
us.
Yeah, sure. Selva Kumar.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My question is, normally we used PCA, means a principal component analysis type algorithms to select particular features or the most dominant features, right, amongst the data set, so that we can develop our machine learning or deep learning model on the basis of the features we selected, right? But in your work, you used GW, that is Gray wolf optimization algorithm, that is a meta heuristic algorithm for the selection of a particular feature. amongst the many available, right? So can you please tell us what cost function you used for this feature selection, so that it will be a better clear, for more clarity. That's it.
No, I
Which
didn't
cost
get you.
function you used? Sorry.
So just we have used the accuracy. So if a particular set of features selected by particular wolf, if it produces good accuracy, then we can say that among the 3 wolves, which one will produce the better accuracy among the selected features, then we can choose the best feature set selected by the particular wolf.
No. My question is, for any optimization algorithm, firstly we have to select a cost function, na? Without a cost function, we cannot select, we cannot optimize any problem.
Yeah.
So which how do you develop a cost? Your cost.
You are
function?
asking
Which
for
cost function you use? Is my question understood to you? Hello, am my voice audible? Sonal ma'am, can you please confirm
Your
is my
voice
voice audible?
breaking.
Yes.
Hello.
Audible. Himanshu sir,
Hello.
your voice is clear. Actually, I think Selva Kumar network issue is there. So, Selva
No
Kumar, can you hear my voice clearly?
Hello.
Selva Kumar?
Hello.
I think you, Selva
Ma'am, your
Kumar,
voice is breaking. Hello.
you can do one thing, join through your phone. Join through your phone because your PPT part is done. So you can reply our questions by through your phone.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Are you joining through your phone?
Ma'am, wait for a minute, ma'am. I will join through my.
Okay, we are waiting.
Ma'am, no issue. I will ask my question through his mail. Okay, no issue.
I think for 1 minute we can wait because I have also one question.
Okay.
Selva Kumar, are you joining? Okay, finally I think joined. Mute your another device.
Yeah.
Yes. Himanshu sir?
Yes,
Am I
Please
audible?
ask.
Selva, yes, you are audible now. Selva, my question is, what we normally do is we use principal component analysis like algorithms to select some features amongst the many available in the dataset for the best available features, right?
Yeah.
But in your work, you did GWO for the
Yeah.
feature selection, right?
Yes.
So how you do this? What cost function you used for the selection of a particular
Yeah, you
feature?
are asking about fitness function.
Yes. I'm asking about the fitness function.
Yeah, actually, in fitness function, there is a formula which includes the information about the error rate of the classifier, as well as the balance factor, and based on the number of features presented in the given set, we have formulated the function, and based on that value, the effectiveness of the particular set of features selected by the wolf can be estimated. And the important factor which affects that fitness value is the error rate as well as the accuracy of classifier.
So how you formulate this total means you must be formulated in the terms of some mathematical equation, na? Do you have it right now?
Hello?
Do you have the mathematical equation for the fitness function?
Yeah,
Right
I'm
now?
having that.
Can you
Actually,
show
I'm
it?
having that in my paper. I think I didn't include in the presentation. So
Okay.
wait for a minute.
Okay.
Shall I present my paper?
No issue. But keep it in mind whenever from the next time you show some
Okay, I will show
optimization
the fitness
algorithms,
function.
na?
Yeah, okay,
definitely
sure,
show you the fitness function. It will better clear what you are trying to present, right?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? No questions? Vimal sir, do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I have one question. Actually, how you are augmenting CNN with this GWO, and what are the overheads?
Actually, GWO is only used to select the features. From the selected features, we have to construct the matrix from 6 features. So by augmenting or by replicating those 6 features, by tiling the features, I have created a 36 cross 36 feature matrix and fed into the CNN, ma'am.
So you are mixing only input, right?
Yeah. So the GWO is only
not
to select
output.
feature.
Okay.
Once
And
it is selected, the next part is to just to construct the feature matrix, which will be given to the CNN as an input.
okay. And why your theft value is increasing while there is no change in the precision when you compare CNN and CNN GWO results?
Wait a minute, ma'am.
I think that is in evaluation slide.
Yeah, which one?
Last two rows. That is right one, table right one.
Okay.
So in the bottom 2 rows, you can see when you compare the CNN and CNN GWO results.
Yes.
So there is almost no change in the precision values, right? But theft value is, I think, increasing from 0.73 to, I think, 93%.
Yeah, but
Means
I think
0.90.
that's a change in DOS. Actually, it's an impact from DOS and theft only. The sample of the deduction of DOS and theft only, there is a change.
So, deduction of?
DOS and theft.
What is that?
Yeah, since it is the proper deduction rate for DOS, automatically it reflects on theft also. Others, the deduction is same between proposed without selected feature and with the selected feature.
So just by integrating this, the theft will increase.
Yeah. So based on by constructing the matrix only using this selected feature, the deduction of DOS and theft is increasing.
Okay. Thank you, Selva Kumar.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
So now we can start third 119 paper ID.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Please share your slides.
Yes, ma'am. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes.
I am the stand-up priority quota, and we are presenting our work on detection of multi-column text in related sequence using object detection technique. Objective. Newspaper contain multi-column text with complex structure containing article, different advertisement, different news, and different other sections. All the existing technologies detect text row-wise without any consideration of different columns. So we propose a model based on YOLO object detection technique to detect the multi-column text using bounding boxes of the contents of the newspaper article in real-time inference. We have created bounding box around the columns and further classify them into different classes like heading, text, subheading, subtext, incomplete news, image, etc. A novel reading sequence algorithm based on an array tree concept is also proposed for the reading of the related text sequence in sensible order like human. You can see two images on my screen. In the first images, you can see there are different columns of the text. If we give this image to the existing text readers, then these text reader will read the text row wise. They cannot differentiate. There are six column in this news, and there is also the image caption in between. In second image, we can see that if we give image this image to the currently text readers, then these text readers will read this text like Delhi government to set up 321 news. So our main aim is to differentiate different news and different columns which are related to different news. And in finally we also give a reading sequence algorithm to read the text in a sensible order like human reads the newspaper in a order from top to down, left to right. We made a reading sequence algorithm for that. Our work is divided into two phases. First is text detection, in which we detect the text of different classes like heading, subheading, text, subtext, and other things like incomplete news, extra. And after that, detecting the text, we have the coordinates of the bounding boxes. We propose the reading sequence algorithm, and the reading sequence algorithm will arrange the books according to the reading sequence of the human and discard the extra boxes.
Thank you, Tejveer. I will continue from here. And this is the data set. So for data set, we have collected a total of 1,000 images from both Hindi and English newspapers. So when it's come to database, we didn't find any existing database. So we had to create our own database. So we clicked pictures from different newspapers of different publications, Hindustan Times, Times of India, and some Hindi newspapers. So after collecting the database, we had to create bounding boxes around columns like heading, image, and text. So we used a tool called Label IMG. With the help of this tool, we created the bounding boxes in each image, and then we defined 9 classes. So as you can see in the slide, first class is heading. So heading class is uh, for example, in a news there is heading, so this class will define the heading. Then subheading, most of the news contains subheadings, so this will define the subheading. Then the text, so the main content of the news is text. Next, subtext, so the text under subheading, that's a subtext. Next is image. Every news article contains image, so we created a bounding box and we named it to a class called image. Then image caption will tell what's going on in the image. Then incomplete, so when we click newspaper images, so there are some a part of the news which is not completely present in the image but coming in, so we marked it as incomplete. Next is extra. So extra class is for the news authors, email IDs, And next one is highlight. Highlight is a main which will summarize the whole article into 1 or 2 lines. Next slide. So next, YOLO. For our object detection model, we use YOLO v3. So YOLO is a popular object detection algorithm. And why is it so popular? Because of its speed, its high accuracy, and it because it achieves high accuracy while also being able to run in real time. The algorithm and YOLO definition, you only look once. So the algorithm only looks once at the image in the sense that it requires only one forward propagation pass through the neural network to make predictions. So with YOLO, a single CNN simultaneously predicts multiple bounding boxes and class probabilities for those boxes. So YOLO trains on full image and directly optimizes detection performances. YOLO learns generalizable representation objects, so when trained on natural images and tested on artwork, the algorithm outperforms other top detection methods like SSD and RCNN, so it is faster and it runs in real time.
After getting the bounding boxes from the images, now the main task is to sort them out in the human way of reading. For that, we propose our own reading sequence algorithm. This algorithm uses a searching and sorting based approach to sort the boxes and create a n-ary tree in such a way that the pre-ordered traversal of the tree will read the newspaper in exactly the human way. So the time complexity, this algorithm is not a machine learning based algorithm. So the time complex, it takes order of n log n because of the sorting. And first of the all the bounding boxes founded by YOLO algorithm is, so it search all the headings and sort them out. Then it tries to allocate, means assign each of the further bounding box to one of the heading, and then sort all those individually. uh, and next slide. Like this, these were the output of the YOLO model, that we can see headings of different newses, then text. That's the reading sequence algorithm will assign each text to a particular heading to which it belongs, and then it and among all those texts, its task is to sort all of them out in proper sequence. Next slide. And finally, it will create this n-ary tree in such a way that the pre-order traversal will read the newspaper in entire the human way. Next slide. This is the output sequence of the reading sequence algorithm. Next slide. Now these are the results of our model. So you can see the image, which is the output from our the object detection model, that is YOLO, with every image, like in the every image we have all the bounding boxes related to all the highlights, headings and text with the image and the incomplete part. So what we will do is we will discard the incomplete and extra parts, and we will just give the important bounding boxes to our reading sequence algorithm, which will then give us a sequence to which in which we have to read it. Next slide. Yeah, these are the results, like in the comparison with the different models. We have like used the MAP, which is used to like calculate accuracy in object detection models, and we have calculated accuracy for each subclasses. Like we have heading for subheading. These are the comparison between our model, that is YOLO, and SSD, and other like conventional models like RCNN and faster RCNN. And in the right, we have the speed comparison with our other models. Like first of all, you have RCNN, which is like the oldest method, which is very slow, as you can see. Then we have SSD, which is also like one pass algorithm like YOLO, and then we have faster RCNN, which is a faster version of RCNN, which is like comparatively fast than RCNN, but still YOLO is like very fast than the other models. That's why we used it. Yeah. Next slide.
Okay, so now conclusion. So to conclude, we proposed a YOLO-based object detection model along with a reading sequence algorithm to like read the news in a human reading fashion. The object detection model used YOLO, and the reading sequence algorithm is like approach which we have proposed, which uses a n-ary tree concept, and the pre-order traversal of it will give the sequence. Yeah, so that after training the model, like that we uh, trained our data set, gave very good accuracy and speed. So now this model can be like used after we have passed it through the reading sequence algorithm. We have all the bounding boxes in a sequence of reading sequence. So like now which can be passed to now each bounding box will be passed through a text recognizer, we can use a Tesseract by Google, so that can convert the text in the image to the text from image to text, and then we can in the future we can also use this for reading news for blind people also. Yeah, next one. This is the references, and thank you.
Any questions from the audience? Any questions? Vimal sir, do you have?
Yes, ma'am. Hello,
Yes, sir.
Tejvi. Can you show me the table again? Yes, yes, just stop here. In that, you have mentioned that there is SSD RCNN and faster RCNN model. And in that, you have mentioned that is 67.13. What is a 67.13 in the terms of? Tejvi, am I audible? Nishchal? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Yes, sir.
audible.
What
Yes, sir, this is the accuracy, like the percentage.
Percentage of accuracy. How you
Yes.
say that the yellow model is better than the RCNN and faster RCNN? Is there any difference in algorithm of yellow model as compared to the RCNN and faster RCNN? What is the difference? I want to know what is the basic difference in your model basically.
Sir, when we compare YOLO and faster RCNN, so in the small, for example, in an image, there is a small part. Faster RCNN will detect that part more accurately than YOLO. YOLO focuses more on speed, and faster RCNN, for example, we are using this model for newspaper articles. So when in an article there's author name that is very small, so faster RCNN will detect that part more accurately than YOLO. So that's the difference.
Okay. And what about the text part? You are talking about the heading part. What about the text part?
For text part, YOLO will perform better because for this model we need speed. So we had to consider YOLO.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Ma'am, can I ask something?
Yes, sure, sir. Please ask.
Tejveer, look, I think all these models are already developed. That is SSD, RCNN, faster RCNN, YOLO, all are already developed and well-known algorithms in the field of object detection. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, did you use the same algorithm and applied it in your problem, or do you change in YOLO? Do you change anything in the YOLO algorithm and then use it in your problem?
So we have changed the classes and also reduced some layer to get the real-time inferencing.
So have you compared your model with the existing one, since you said that you changed the layers also?
Yes, sir.
Look, but your results doesn't represent it, no?
Sir, we have changed, but we have not changed enough that we can compare with the original model.
But you said you changed the layers.
Yes, sir.
So if you change the number of classes, that means you just change the hyperparameters, and there is no need to compare it with the existing one. But if you change the layers, that means you change the backbone of the network, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you change the backbone, then you must compare it,
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
right? And one more thing, you said that is our model. That means is SSDs developed by anyone else before for the same problem?
No, sir.
That means you also developed SSD for this problem.
Sure, sir.
RCNN you developed, faster RCNN you developed. That means all the four models you developed,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right? So why you mentioned only for YOLO R model and SSD RCNN and faster RCNN for someone else?
Sir, actually, we did nothing in the structures of the SSD RCN and fast RCN. We just train the model on our own data set and get the results only.
No. The number of classes which must be detected by SSD RCNN and faster RCNN, definitely you change this.
Yes, sir. We have
Otherwise,
changed the number of classes. Yes.
Just changing the number of the classes,
and
not
and
saying
this is
like,
the
yes, sir.
this is the only thing you did in the YOLO one also.
Yes, sir.
So why you mentioned one for my and another and others for someone else? Okay, this is my another question. Third, I want to ask, there are number of versions available for YOLO also.
Yes, sir.
So which particular version you used?
YOLO V3.
Uh, why? Because YOLO V4 and YOLO V5 are already available, and their performance is much better than YOLO V3, both in terms of speed and accuracy. Is there any particular reason for YOLO V3 only?
Sir, actually, this is our major project, and we are in learning phase that time, and we just learn about version V3.
Okay. One more thing I want to ask.
Yes, sir.
Is you compared your result only on the basis of accuracy, na?
Yes, sir.
Accuracy and speed, right?
Yes, sir.
But whenever we go for object detection problem, right?
Yes, sir.
We must compare our result on the basis of precision, F1 score, recall, right?
Yes,
F1
sir.
score is a better parameter to compare the results.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so keep it in mind.
Sure,
And
sir.
one more question and last question I want to ask. Since there are a number of classes you used,
Yes, sir.
right? And you, so for heading YOLO V3 accurately detect 67.13%, right?
Yes, sir.
That is a top one accuracy, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you go for top two accuracy, have you compared the results? Have you found the results? Which is the next best it detected with heading?
Come again, sir.
Look, whenever we go for classification or object detection, na,
Yes, sir.
the model first detects the problem, detect the object,
Yes,
and
sir.
then on the basis of that, it gives us results in the probability.
Yes, sir.
And for that, we find out, we pick the top one accuracy, means the best it detect,
Yes, sir.
right? So I want to ask, if I go for suppose image caption
Yes,
or
sir.
extra,
Yes, sir.
right? It shows 50.69% accurate.
Yes, sir.
So definitely there are the original image is extra, but it must be detected some other classes for the rest of the time.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, in the portion of the incomplete news, like sometimes image is not perfect. It can be cut from the corner and other thing.
Okay, that
And
in that
and
case,
in that case, if the heading is cutting from top corner, it will convert it to the heading, not consider it to the incomplete. So I can say the uh, getting probability of getting the incomplete news is less. And our main focus is on 5 classes like heading, subheading, text, subtext, and part of the extra.
okay.
We just ignore the image caption, extra incomplete because it is not used of not good for a user point of view. That if in future if this technology is generated for blind people cannot see, cannot get anything from the image.
So
Yes,
if
sir.
you neglect the other classes, then why you represent it in your result section?
Sir, but this is the part of the our work.
Okay,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem.
Sir,
Okay.
And actually, we are in learning phase, and we are just stand, and we will definitely uh, look into your suggestions. Like we will use F1 score and other things, and we also try to change the things like our model and SSD, RCNN, and fast charge sensor.
Yeah, sure. Thank you from my side. That's it. Thank you,
Welcome, sir.
ma'am.
Thank you, Himanshu sir, for giving wonderful suggestions to authors. And as always, we have the scope of improvement in our work. So these are very useful suggestions. So now this is due to time constraint. We are in hurry for the fourth presentation. Paper ID 148. Authors are here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please present your work.
Okay, ma'am. Wait 1 minute. Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Imtiaz Ahmed. I am the research scholar in Computer Science and Engineering Department at National Institute of Technology, Srinagar. I am going to present my paper, An Automated System for Early Identification of Diseases in Plants Through Machine Learning. My screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, it is
Okay,
visible.
thank you. Okay, thank you. My presentation outline, introduction, literature review, gray level co-occurrence matrices, k-nearest neighbor, support vector machine, problem statement, proposed methodology, conclusions and future works, and bibliography. So let's we start with the introduction portions. Introductions, we used a variety of techniques in support vector machines and deep learning, machine learning model to diagnose the plant sickness, making use of leaf image data. In this machine learning, we use different types of algorithm like a support vector machine, gray level co-occurrence matrix, k nearest neighbor, artificial neural network, all these. In a recent year, a lot of effort has gone into identifying plant diseases that are found in various places of the world and harms various crops. Important agriculture crops are threatened by a variety of plant diseases and pests. In this, would not identify the plants like as naked eyes and all that. So, viruses causes some of the diseases. Some of the diseases in plants, viruses, while other are caused by fungal infections. First of the virus and other is the fungal infections on the plant leaves. Leaves are the most sensitive part of the plants. Plants' leaves show disease symptoms at an early stages. The quantity and quality of crops production is based on the growth of the plants. If the plants indulging in the diseases, then the quantity and the quality of the crop production is very less. If we get before the diseases, we appear at the first level, then we use some of the algorithms, and after that we introductions. Proposed method. In this proposed method, we have a data set descriptions. In the proposed method, we have image acquisitions, image enhancement, restorations, color image processing, feature extractions, and classifications. We have these proposed methods, and we have data set descriptions. Data set descriptions of the plants. I will take like for example like as apple scab, apple black root, apple cedars, and healthy. So, in this image acquisitions is an actions of retrieving image from an external source for further processing. Image acquisition, for example, we can take a picture. Before obtaining the image or data set, no process is available. The process of capturing an unprocessed data or images from an object by optical device into manageable for processing and analysis of the purpose. So, retrieving of an image in this image acquisitions are capturing from usually sources. For example, we are here sources like as camera, sensor, and drones, and some new technologies that we capture the image. It is the first and most important steps in the work flow sequence because without an image, no actual processing is possible in this. So we have RNG, B and blue, like as red, green, and blue image acquisitions when we capture the images. So in image enhancement is one of the most fundamental and appealing component of the digital image processing. Enhancing techniques such as adjustment, adjusting brightness, and contrast are used to bring out details of simply highlight specific qualities of an image. So, and then image restoration. What does it mean, image restorations? Image restorations is a process of enhancing and like as enhancing pictures or image. Majority of the picture restoration techniques are based on image degradations models that are mathematically or probabilistics. Okay, color of the image processing. The color of the image processing use digital photograph over the internet has increased dramatically because of color image processing. Color modeling and processing are example of this digital environment. So then come to the feature extraction. Feature extraction with certain features of like as interest within an image are detected and requirements for further processing like as shape number feature extract shape numbering. The shape number of the boundaries is defined as the first difference of the smallest magnitude. Feature extraction in the images of the like as shape of the images. Order of the shape number is defined as the number of digital in its representations and the representation like as upper shaders. These are the images we have to extract the future. So then come to the classifications. Classification steps, it compute the values received after the future extractions steps with the help of GLCM in the form of matrix data and compute with pre-calculated set of data. Classification. We have classification with the help of GLCM. GLCM will construct the futures. Then come to the next slide, types of plant diseases. Types of plants diseases, we have types of pathogens that affect crops like as bacteria, the disease and virus and fungal. These are the viruses that they affect on our plants. Then come to the image processing technique. In image processing technique, we have testing phase, we have training phase. We have both phase, testing and training phase. First of all, I have a sensor in testing phase and also the sensor in the training phase. When sensor, give me 1 minute. In sensor, when the sensor capture an images, for example, I will put a sensor in my agricultural land. They capture a disease when they appear, and then pre-processing. After capturing, they start with the pre-processing. After pre-processing, they can extract the future extract. Same is the training phase, pre-processing and future extraction. After future extraction, then you can classification of the diseases. Which types of diseases, either class A or class B. Then come to the second approaches used to control different diseases. In this regular, before IoT or machine learning, we are, for example, we are the peoples in our land. When we go through in our land, regular survey of the expert. For example, diseases appears in our plants or not. Spray after passing certain time limit. For example, when they appear the diseases in our plants, then we take a spray and then after pass we passing a spray on our diseases. Naked eye survey of the farmer. Then farmer go in our land. Then they farm if it is there there are diseases or not. Used of different image processing techniques in latest techniques. For example, we use artificial intelligence and machine learning in agriculture. In this, artificial and machine learning is very important in agriculture field because production is increased when we apply AI and machine learning in our agriculture. When we build a model, artificial intelligence, use machine learning, all of these, we have a, for example, we have a sensor image based, we develop a model that we put in our land. When the diseases appear initially at the initial stage of our plants, then they capture when the diseases we are training with the help of color. For example, I have a plants, the leaves plants, they appear, if it is like as this, they appear as blars, root and shadow, they appear on the plant. Then automatically the sensor capture that portion and they send to the farmer, and farmer convey, and then the farmer come to this and put the spray on the plants at the initial stage. So these are the literature survey like as these main goals, methodology, gas, pattern recognition for disease, K-means clustering and artificial intelligence, remote area plant disease detection using image processing, covariance matrices and K-means, classification of different apple types, Navi's Bayes Otis algorithm, identification of different plant diseases, for example, GAPS, artificial neural network, and fuzzy logic, and some other soft computer techniques can be used to classify the crop diseases. Okay. Then come to the K-means clustering. What does it mean? K-means clustering and principal component analysis. PCA classifier can be used to classify various plant diseases. It means various plant disease. That
I
means
think,
that
I think just a minute, you can do full view of your screen. Right now it is not in presentation mode.
is this
Not
yes?
yet. Not yet.
I think
Okay, it is not happening.
uh,
Otherwise, press Control plus
it
plus,
is
so it
visible.
will. No,
Control and then plus.
Control plus plus
Yes, ma'am. I
to
will do.
zoom your. But it is not reflected us.
Wait, ma'am. I will just give me a moment. Zoom.
Otherwise, okay. Now we'll continue because time is already. We are late.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Proceed.
Okay. Then these are the literature review. Then come to the field of artificial intelligence in agriculture sector. Development fueled by the Internet of Things, IoT, Internet of Things, manufacturing like as health, communication, and energy, as well as in agriculture, will be affected by the Internet of Things. Farmers are using the Internet of Things, IoT, to deliver decision-making tools and automating technology like as product knowledge, service to improve efficiency, quality, and profitability. In this IoT, crop monitoring. Crop monitoring, field scanning, and other operation can benefit from drone-based photos. For example, farmer can use them in conjunction with computer vision technology and the Internet of Things to ensure that operations are completely equipped. Farmer may experience recurrent climate varying because of these fields. In this, when crop monitoring, when we put a smart camera or smart things in our fields, they scan continuously in our agriculture lands. When they appears the disease or any other like as fungus, virus, and they can monitor this all disease through with the help of IoT, Internet of Things. Though farmer, it is very easily to monitor on our, for example, like as in our mobile system when we have an applications. Then gray level co-occurrence matrices. The gray level co-occurrence matrices texture features are usually used in image classification problems. In this, GLCM represents the second order statistical information of gray level between neighboring pixel is an image. Gray level co-occurrence matrices to extract texture features by looking for important texture features of the images. So in these images, It is a secure matrices of number, rows, and columns. If we have like a GLC, we have in the form of matrices, for example, like a 0 degree, 45, 90 degree, and 135 degree. It can be calculated at any angle directions at any offset. So it can, like if we take in size n into n, where n is the number of gray values the rows and the columns represent. Like as this, if we have a matrix is 0 to 35 degree. So it is based on two parameter, relative distance and distance between the pixel pair. This is an image how many the gray levels, like as if we have a matrix is 4 into 4 n into n cross, then we calculate 0 to 135 degree. Then come to the KNN, K nearest neighbor. K nearest neighbor is a type of supervised machine learning algorithm which can be used for both classification as well as regressions. K nearest neighbor simply algorithm which use entire data set extreme based. Our prediction is required for unseen data. What it does, it search through the entire data for K most similar instance. Like as these, we have a K nearest neighbor, for example, initial data, calculate distance, and finding neighbor and voting for classification. In this, we have a red and the green. We have class A and class B. In this sign of interrogation, we have a new data, but we do not know which class the new data is belongs. After that, we calculate the distance, like it's class A and class B. Then we calculate from here k equal to, for example, k equal to 3 nearest neighbor. When we calculate like as 3 nearest neighbor is a simple algorithm that store all the available cases and classifications of the new data. So it suggests that your neighboring is one of the right. Then when what does for example here what is the KNN? K denotes the number of neighboring pixel which are voting class of new data or the testing data. K equal, for example, when we take k equal to 1, like as this, k equal to 3, so this type of data belongs to class B. Then we calculate we calculate the distance, shortest distance from here. After that, come to the support vector machines, SVM. In this support vector machine, we use techniques classification of the image. Support vector is a supervised learning method which is usually applied for pattern recognition and classification. It is used to solve both linear and non-linear. For example, we have here class A and class B. We have optimal hyperplan. We have the support vector machine, this type of support vector machines, for example, class A and class B. These are the support vector. When we draw optimal hyperplan, when the maximum margin plan, the optimal hyperplan is very best. If we get a minimum margin plan, then our accuracy is very low. For example, in this. Then come to this, the points are termed as support vector, the distance that is compared between the linear support vector and is called as margin. Then come to the optimal hyperplan in which the margin is maximum for the hyperplan. For getting separation between two classes wide possibles, SVM algorithm creates a decision boundary like this, in decision boundary like this. So different machine learning algorithms such as support vector, random forest have been used to classify the healthy disease and the plant leaf. The result produced by both techniques have been compared. So in this problem formulation, plant disease detection is approach which is used to detect diseases from the plant. The plant disease detection process three phase like as pre-processing, feature extractions and classification. Pre-processing phase, the noise will be removed from the image. In the second textual, feature will be extracted using the GLCM algorithm. When we extract feature from GLCM algorithm, then we take the give the input to the SVM classifier. They can classify the disease, which types of disease. For example, class A disease belongs to class B disease. The SVM has two major drawbacks which reduce the efficiency of the SVM classified data based on the hyperplan, which increase complexity of the systems. The plant disease method is required, which can classify the data accurately in the least amount of times. So like this, we have plant disease. We have here many techniques have been implemented in the domain of agriculture for detection and classification of fruit disease. Most of these techniques focus on handcrafting features we do not yield promising resulting due to several factors such as changing illumination, translation, conclusion, and rotation of this. Then we have data set collection. During the training phase, the data set is used to identify objects assessing the recognition system performance. Image of the plants leaves were gathered from the image net collection. Image of both the healthy ale and people are collected. The joint photograph, for example, like this group photograph, all the plants are here, leaves. We have research methodology, data set descriptions, each class label represent different approaches. We have used thresholding, k-means clustering algorithm, GLCMs, SVM are implied, and then we classify with the help of artificial neural network. So our detailed black diagram of proposed method, we have image collections with the help of camera or with the help of sensor, drones and all that. Then come to the data labeling. The data labeling, after data labeling, the data split into different categories. Like as training, we can then give to the training phase and then testing phase and validation. If the training data set and the validation data set, training machine learning techniques like as SVM, we train with the help of SVM, KNN, artificial intelligence, GLCM, artificial and neural network. And the testing phase, we perform the evaluations. They train the model and then they can detect the diseases. And then after that, the conclusion of these portion machine learning in plant disease detection to enhance prediction accuracy and enable further evaluations of a large variety of detection disease in plants. So SVM and K-means clustering, deep learning, K are the most common algorithms. We have here we have studies, and we are in future I am working on that. I will not conclude all the means result further implementations I am doing on that, and after that conclusion, and thank you.
Any questions from the audience? Himanshu sir, do you have any questions? Vimal sir?
Yes, ma'am. I have one question.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
please ask.
Which type of sensor you are using for finding the features of image? Because I think
Sir,
your fourth
sensor?
number slide, yes, you are using first sensor. Is it required for the sensor?
Yes, sir. Sir, basically, I am working on this problem. I have taken a sensor. When sensor capture the plant diseases.
I think first you have to require to take the image.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how the sensors?
Sir, it's a option. Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I am putting not a sensor. I am putting a smart cameras. They sense, for example, the smart camera, they sense the disease portion of the plants, like as on the plant's leaves. When they appear diseases on the plant leaf, they capture automatically, and then they forward to the farmer.
I think camera and sensor both are different things. I think.
Yes,
camera,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you're using camera, then you have to write a camera, but you're using
Yes,
a
sir.
word sensor.
Yes, sir. Sensor.
Some confusion about the sensor, I think.
Yes, sir. When the diseases appears on the plants, okay, we are making, for example, I am working on a project. On this project, I am making applications like this. For example, I have a plants. ये क्या बोलते हैं इसको? I have plants leaves. When the plants leaves appear on the, for example, ये cedar or rust on blocks of the plants. Okay, we are making an like this. For example, we taking an picture when they appear diseases on the plant's leaves. Okay, the camera automatically capture the disease and this and pass to the farmer.
So I think you inbuilt the sensor inside the camera. Am I
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or as I understand, your concept is related to drones. Ki through drones you will capture the images.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Either
Because
we will use cameras.
otherwise how many cameras you will use? Because it is costly part, right? A good quality camera is
Yes,
very
ma'am.
expensive.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So many.
So you are
Ma'am,
using drones.
Ma'am, actually, we are working a smart project in this. Yeah, we have using smart cameras, drones, and some other new techniques. I am working on that. In future, I will do.
So as I understand, ki right now you are just working on images, right?
Yes,
Means
ma'am.
you have the input files. So from where
Yes.
you are getting the data set?
Ma'am, I am taking
Means do
data
you
set in the I am data set taking the like as plants village and some I am capturing here in our valleys, Kashmir valleys. We have both types of data set, either plants village data set, and I am taking here Kashmir apples data set.
okay?
And
So
Yes,
one
ma'am.
sir,
sorry,
please ask sir.
and how to choose the different diseases in the plant? How to verify the these plant have this disease, this plant have this disease? How do you choose different
Sir, I
diseases?
am taking multiple
Is there
plants,
any?
like for example, apps. Is it?
No, it's okay. You are taking a multiple plants, but how to choose the different diseases in the plant?
Sir, on the leaves, they appear diseases that appear on the plant's leaves. For example, like I will show this in these slides, like as this.
Hmm.
These are the scab like this type of scabs and black roots of these, and after that cedar as this, and healthy they do not appear any plant disease on these plants
So with the
leaves.
help of image, you choose the disease, I think.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes, with the help of images I am choosing the disease portions, and after that I am
So
training like that.
so at what threshold do you say ki these number of dots exist on the leaf and you are declaring that this is not healthy leaf?
Yes ma'am.
So how, what is the threshold? Means how you are deciding that threshold?
I am not getting ma'am.
I mean ki if this sick leaf, if you can see, so there are so many dots, right? Dot in the sense
Yes
ki
ma'am.
rotten part, right? But in the healthy
Yes.
leaf, there is you can see clear, है ना?
Yes ma'am.
So
Yes
if
ma'am.
any one dot exists in the healthy part, so whether it is healthy or you will declare it disease part.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. I am ma'am at that time I am using SVM, Sport Vector Machine, K-nearest neighbor,
Hmm.
and artificial neural network. These are the three algorithms
No,
I
that
am
is.
working on that. Yes, I will
Hmm.
conclude. Ma'am. Ma'am, if the diseases appear on the plant's leaves, then we calculate we
Hmm.
like as a Sport Vector Machine (SVM) we use apply of this. They appear the disease if the disease is class A or class B. Then we classify the disease
Hmm.
data. These are the diseases they can appear on the class B.
Yes, you have actually abstract level of understanding. I think you need to go deeper inside the model, actually
Yes,
how
ma'am.
values are changing, right?
Ma'am, I am working. I am working. I
So,
have taken
hmm,
much more time to complete this project.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Actually, idea is very nice because on agriculture, actually, if we able to figure out something good solution
Yes,
for
ma'am.
all the farmers. So
Yes, ma'am.
idea is very nice, but go more in deeper. Okay, this
Yes,
is
ma'am. I
my
am working
suggestion.
on only, ma'am. I am working. I think I have taken on 2 to 4 months, but I am working so many like as for example 1 year after that I am concluding all these things.
Okay, it's fine, fine, fine.
Okay.
So I think no more questions. So okay, thank you, Imtiaz.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think we all now can join next plenary talk. I think that is already started. So I'm finishing the session. Okay, thank you, Vimal sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
inviting.
Himanshu sir, and thank you all. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.